In an explosive confrontation detonating a thermonuclear inferno, incinerating whatever minuscule remaining credibility the Duchess of Sussex clung to, Meghan Markle's former boyfriend Steve Sculfer launched a shocking public immolation campaign, humiliatingly eviscerating her over allegations of intellectual property theft regarding culinary recipes and techniques. The eruption commenced moments after the exiled royal concluded hosting a live-streamed cooking demonstration intended showcasing her domestic talents, only for the event to descend into unprecedented ambushes where Sculfer relentlessly dragged her over accusations of plagiarizing his signature kitchen creations while embellishing claims towards self-taught expertise. Okay, you smug little grifter, drop the innocent doe-eyed Bambi act, because we both know damn well those weren't your recipes concocted from heartwarming personal experiences like your fawning viewers were led believing, bellowed Sculfer, dramatically bursting through side curtains upstaging Meghan before a global streaming audience of millions. So just how deep does that duplicitous black hole obfuscating basic human truths extend into your endlessly deceptive alternate reality simulations? Allegedly an American attorney Markle characterized as an unremarkable casual fling prior to meeting Prince Harry, Sculfer began peppering the Duchess with a furious barrage of hostile interrogations the moment he hijacked camera framing, instantly obliterating any remaining illusions of domestic kitchen cheeriness by attempting forcing admissions regarding illegitimately appropriated culinary aesthetics plagiarized from his original published materials. Despite Meghan's initial attempts deflecting through bewildered stammering and deflections pleading professionalism, the unrelenting former flame bombarded with increasingly pointed accusations toward recipe pilfering, including waving physical documentation highlighting recipe wordage lifted verbatim from Sculfer's gastronomic repertoires without any credited attribution. These are all my original recipes and techniques developed over decades working as a chef, yet here you are reciting them word for word while dressing up falsehoods selling whatever reinvented personal myth-making branding you're peddling this week, Sculfer seethed toward the Duchess, slamming his notebook materials down aggressively for emphasis. You think ravenous sycophants swallowing your spoon-fed banquets don't deserve knowing their cult leader stole another hard-working person's intellectual property, parading it internationally as fraudulence, legitimizing whatever grifter swindles you've got in development? Momentarily retreating into visible shell shock while presumably calculating optimum containment scenario pathways, Meghan first attempted regaining control of spiraling optics by urging off-screen security interventions, only to then switch tactics, calling for just hearing poor Steve out, feigning reluctant obliging compassion. However, rather than permitting opportunities redirecting the narrative, Sculfer seized full advantage of cameras broadcasting his excoriation campaign to systematically dismantle element by element of the recipes being demonstrated by directly comparing side by side with his previously published versions spanning multiple decades. Oh ho ho. So I'm just some poor scorned former beau you can pat on the head placating for your fanbase still sipping fruity propaganda Kool-Aids rather than facing facts about being a recipe plagiarist, scoffed the former boyfriend, proceeding reciting multiple ingredient lists alongside preparation steps virtually identical across comparisons with Meghan's broadcast tutorials. This sizzling shrimp scampi is verbatim ripped from pages 143 to 145 of my Chesapeake Bay cookbook series published in 1997. And this romesco sauce demo repeated everything from Chapter 9 of my 2006 Andalusian plant-based explorations. Why don't we just list everything you've pilfered over the years rather than indulging gaslighting fallacies about lived experiences with heartfelt culinary backstories? With the situation rapidly metamorphosing into a perception management catastrophe of epic proportions, sources indicate Meghan switched into desperation damage control contingencies through emergency broadcast overrides, transmitting blanket video feed terminations while deleting all persisted footage scrubbed from servers and platforms. However, the scorched earth counteroffensive appeared arriving too little too late as Sculfer managed distributing degraded cell phone captures across social media of his unabridged tirade, catalyzing a virtual tsunami of criticisms against Markle alongside accusations of lying about claims of self-taught recipes in addition to the more serious intellectual property theft allegations. Are you honestly telling me this malnourished basket case legitimately pioneered such culinary virtuosic performance art like apple rose tarts and saffron-infused bouillabaisse? Sculfer continued ranting even while broadcast feeds disintegrated, phone cameras still rolling capturing extended humiliations against the helpless Duchess. Because those are remarkably intricate French transcended techniques I've studied under tutelage for nearly 30 years, Yet here's some spindly D-list actor who couldn't sauté an egg without burning half the kitchen pretending originating them from some sentimental folktale about rescued farmhands in Compton or whichever ethnic barrio Gloryland your branding team fantasized up this month. Within mere hours, according to data analysts at DTRA threat intelligence monitoring stations, aggregated web trends displayed the hashtag Duchess Dishonest and hashtag Laresi Principality hashtag campaigns achieving supernova saturation across all continental cyberspaces, quickly catalyzing mimetic hyperwarp speed toward global ubiquity while achieving omnipresent dominance across all virtual and tangible infospheres. Dozens